Hello guys, welcome to CodeRug. Hope you are doing great. Today we will learn how you can fetch data from an API and display in a table. As we know, in case of React application, it is a client-side JavaScript library. So in order to get an data and display in your React application, you have to call an API. So in this video, we will see how you can make use of different hooks to get a data and display in a table. For that one, we will definitely make use of use effect and use state hook to get a data from the use effect and to store data in use state hook. So let's get started. At first, we have defined, or we can say we have imported use effect and use state hook from React. After that, we will define const, and in const it will be our users, and after that set users, and this will be our use state, and this will be our empty array as a initial value. Second, we will again define use state hook so that we can show loading, and it will be set loading. Okay, because when we are calling API, definitely it will take or it will consume some millisecond of time. In that duration, definitely we have to show some kind of loading, or some kind of timer, or some kind of loading icon. Definitely we have seen in multiple real application projects, so that's how we will define here as well. And again we will make use of use state hook, and it will be initially false because we are not calling an API, or we haven't called any data, so loading will be false. After that, we will make use of use effect hook, and this will be our arrow function, and dependency will be our empty array, because first time only we want to call an data, or we can say we are calling an API to get in our data. Once we have our data, we will set in our use state hook, and once the data gets set, we will display in a table. We don't want to make execution again and again, so that's why we are passing an empty array here. Now here, initially what we will do, we will make set loading will be true, okay, and after that we are calling fetch to call an API, and for that one, what we are doing, we are making use of open source, we can say website to get a data. Okay, so it will be JSON placeholder. If I write JSON placeholder, because this website provides us fake REST API to get a data. Okay, so I will use, and will define the URL, and it will be users. And if I open the complete URL, you can see users data, just like we will get it from API. Okay, and after that, once we call the data, we will use then, and inside that one we have response, and for response we will make JSON of that one, and again we will call then promise, and in that promise we have the JSON one which we have did that one, and after that one it will be arrow and in set users we will save that session. Okay, once we do that one, finally because this will be called once our data loading will be finished, and in that case we will make our set loading will be false because we have already set our data, so that's why we are doing that one. Once we do that one, it is done. Okay, now we will do loading will be, now here I'm making use of JSX set loading, and it will be, and what we will show, will show loading, and again we will show that one, and again now we will create a table. Okay, and in that table we will write h3, let's say. Okay, users, and it will be our table, and definitely once we have table we will set some border, it will be 1, and we will define some headers, it will be name and email. Okay, so I'm just taking only these two right now because that's what we are getting, name and email. Okay, after that one, whatever data we have set in set users, definitely we can able to access from users, and it will be, we will definitely make use of map function because we want to iterate through that data, and it will be user, and table row, so it will be user dot name, and again we will define table row, and here we will define user dot email. Okay, so it will be table data, my mistake, table data, and that table data will be inside table row. Okay, now here we are getting some use effect. Now if I see what are we getting, anything, use effect set loading false, module will fail. Okay, now there's something is wrong here, set loading. Okay, again we will run this application, we will let npm start, so we just have to wait for a few seconds. Sorry, my application is already running, I will again start that one. We just wait till our application will get start again. So here it is getting some issue. Okay, sorry, my keyboard. Okay, now it is fine. User is not defined. What user? Okay, again my keyboard is having some issue. Okay, now it is perfectly fine. You see, you are getting data and we are calling an API. So this is how you can, I'm closing this one. So this is how you can call an API, get in data and save it in your table. So initially what we are doing, at first we have taken use effect and use state hook. After that one, because here what we are doing, we are taking user data. So in your case, it can be members data, it can be like any service data. Definitely you have to store it first by using use state hook, and then we have set loading. After that, from use effect, what we have did, we are calling an API from this URL, and once we have the data, we are saving it inside set user, and once it is getting saved in any state, we are calling it users. Okay, once we have this one is definitely, we have defined table. Okay, we have defined table, and we have defined table heading, table row, and we are mapping around users, and we are displaying it. If I refresh this one, you can see the loading part. It will be for fraction of second, it will be loading will be there, but definitely when loading is taking place, you can see loading, some loading is taking place, but it is for millisecond, and again you have your data. So this is how you can call an API, get a data from any URL in your application. So this is all in this video. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you all.